Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, April 12th, 2022, and this is Flosstube number 57. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Sometimes I will talk about other stitchy goodness like quilting and crochet, but there won't be any of that this week. It'll be mostly cross stitch. If you are a returner, thank you so much for coming back. And yes, you heard that right. I will not be talking about my daily goals because I met absolutely none of them for the past 2 weeks. But more on that later on. So yes, there was just cross stitch going on, and even that was sporadic. If you're a regular viewer, you'll know that last week I did not film. I woke up Tuesday morning with what I thought was a major migraine, and actually it was a combination of neck pain and a sinus pain, which was not a good combination. So I basically laid in bed with the lights off and the air conditioner on very cold, and and a little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub on my temples. And so anyway, so I skipped small group that night. Luckily I have some amazing co-teachers and they took over, and so it was no big deal. And then I had a class Saturday, and so there was no stitching Saturday, and so I feel like I got nothing done this week, but not so. I did. When I look back, I got quite a bit done, but here I am with my stitching. So I am going to start this Flosstube talking about the stitching that I should have showed y'all last Tuesday. So let's dive into the stitching. So first thing I stitched on was, and I've got nothing ready. It's early in the morning and I decided just to jump into filming and then get my day started. So the first thing I stitched on was City of Romance. And you know I love this piece. I don't work on it as much as I would like to because it is, you know, one of many pieces I'm working on. But I do love it when I work on it, and it's one of those, it's kind of instant gratification because, you know, it's blocks of colors. So you just kind of, you pick a color and you just go. So what I did was I picked this building right here and I worked my way up, and I am almost to the roof right there. This is by Stitch Rovia. I actually got this off the Readly app. And if you're interested in the Readly app, I'll talk a little bit more about it later on today, later in the video. It is a free app, but it is a $10 subscription, and I absolutely love it. I do have a link down below. You will get a free month, and I will get a free month, and but it's really great. And it's got tons of not only cross-stitch magazines that are new, but a lot of the back issues, some of them back to 2015. So this is by Stitch Rovia, Emma Congdon. You can also get it on her Etsy page, and it's known as City of Love on there. So let's get to what I did. This is what I did. So this is my whole piece right here. Yay! So I'm almost to the top. Almost, not really. So this is what I got done. I worked all the way up to this building. My goal is I want to get to the tip top of this building and then work my way all the way up to the buildings surrounding it so that I can reach the top of the piece. I mean, I know I have enough room. I have plenty of room, but you know, it's just kind of a, you know, to say, hey, I reached the top. So this is what I worked on. And I am still in love with this piece. Now I am using, this is a 14 count Aida that I did dye using Dynaflow fabric paints. And I am using the anchor flosses that you can get on at Joann's. They're on the spools. Still don't like the spools, but I am trucking along using them. I do have to say that there are several spots like this building right here. In the DMC flosses, it uses 2 different colors of off-white, beige, and in the anchor, there's really no difference. And the same, hold on, right here. You can tell there's really not that much difference. So it's a little disappointing in that, but other than that, I am still in love with this piece. So this is City of Romance by Stitch Rovia using anchor flosses. And I am using 2 threads. And I guess you could say this is kind of sort of my first full coverage piece. It is pretty much full coverage until you get to the very tip top. So there it is. So that is the first thing I worked on. And then we went into the Blackbird Design weekend, and that should have been first, but anyway. So I worked on 'Tis the Season. This is my Blackbird Design weekend project. I'll be working on this on the weekends until it is finished. Hopefully by Christmas I should be done. If I'm consistent. I'm starting my weekends on Fridays unless the Friday falls on the 1st or the 15th. And more on that. If you're new, more on that later. But this is done on 28 count Monaco from Michaels. It's a DMC Monaco that I dyed using Rit dye. I used to have a card in here saying what I used, but I don't know where it went. But anyway, so I'm looking to see if I got it right. There it is. No, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Okay, here it is. So I got most of the first page done. It's 2 pages. So what I'm doing is I'm picking a color. I did the stem first, and then I picked the color, and then I did that. I am using the DMCs that are suggested in the book. And so there are a couple of blends, not a whole lot. And so this is what I'm doing. So I got all the leaves done, and then I started working on the snowflakes. Yeah. And so that's what I have done. So hopefully by the next May Blackbird Design Weekend, I will be able to finish the snowflakes on the first page, and maybe start working on the berries. That's it right there. So there you go. I like the color. I drew my inspiration for the color of the fabric from E.C. Lynn. She did hers on a dark gray, and it was absolutely beautiful. I still don't know what I'm going to put on the bottom. I really like the French sentiment. It is in French, so it's not like people walking by will say, well, here they probably will, but for those of you that maybe can't tell, I am in Louisiana. I don't know. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to put. I mean, it's Christmas-esque. I don't decorate for the seasons a whole lot with my cross stitch. I don't decorate for the seasons, really. I decorate for Christmas, maybe a little bit for Thanksgiving, and that's about it. But to say that I decorate for every season, I don't have a place to store all that. So I don't decorate for the seasons. So I just kind of leave everything out, and I like it. I like leaving everything out. I don't want to stitch on something for several months and then put it away most of the year. So I just leave everything out. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna put on the bottom. We'll see. Okay. The next thing I worked on was Ironwork Gate. Now this was called for Whip Go in March. And since, you know, last week was still kind of technically me working on March things, Ironwork Gate. This is right here. This is by Barbara and Cheryl, and I have my working copy in it. This is from 1993. This is a piece I picked up at a thrift store that was partially complete. It was still on the scroll rods. I don't use scroll rods, so I took them off. And I put it on my Whip Go board, and I actually love this piece. It is on a, looks like a 28 count even weave, and I don't know what it is about this fabric. It's thick. And I like it because it's an even weave, but the threads don't move. You know, like in linen, they kind of move, or even some even weaves, they move. But anyway, but I worked on this column right here. That's what I worked on. So there it is. This is the whole piece. And that's it. And I am using the call for DMCs. When I got it, this whole center part was done except for the gate. And so I just picked it up and completed it. And well, I am completing it. So I worked on that column right there. And I am loving this piece. I don't know what it is about this, but it is a fun piece to work on. Like I said, I do have a working copy, so the highlighter is my friend. And that is it. So let me bring this a little closer so you can see what I did. So you can see I did the grout work with the bricks. And anyway, it was a good 2 days. For my whip go, I put 4 days a month. And so these were my last 2 days for the month of March. And this piece was actually called again for April. So this will get 4 more days of love. And I got this was 4 days right here. Plus some of, this piece got some love and this piece got some love, and all in 4 days. So it got a good bit of work done in 4 days. It's really, for the amount, there's a lot of confetti-ish stitching, and for the amount that there is, it really stitches up pretty fast. So I'm really happy with it. So it's going to get 4 more days of love in April, which means I probably need to pull it out this week, because last week I worked on my other whip go piece, which I'm going to talk about next. Well, not next, but in the next segment. So anyway, so that was what I did that I was supposed to show y'all last Tuesday. So that is Ironwork Gate, and I am enjoying that. Was whip go. So I did meet my 2 whip go goals for the month of March. As you'll know, I did retire one and finished it up, and I just need to frame it. And in my whip go goals, I did retire 2 of them because they were pieces that I had started 30 years ago, and I felt no love for them anymore. So anyway, so now I'm going to show you my Prairie Schooler Santas. I did work on that the past 2 weeks, so I'm going to put that in right here. And I am working on all the stitching Santas. So right now I am working on the 2005 Santa, which is quilting Santa. And I started that in March because my mom's birthday is in March, and she is the one that taught me how to quilt. And I am using mostly the call for DMCs. I'm using an 18 count Ada that I dyed, and it was kind of a experiment dye, and I am using 1 thread over 1, and I am loving the coverage versus the 2. I did 2 over 1 on the Davos, which I did not look like the Davos, and so I am really liking the coverage. I'm finding it's giving it a little bit more of a vintage vibe, and I really like that with the Prairie Schooler Santas. So let me take my needle out because y'all don't need to see that. Anyway, so that's what I got done. And I actually worked on this the day I had a headache. Toward the afternoon, after taking some drugs, some medication, I felt a little better, and I was able to actually fill in. I had outlined this the last time I had done it, so I was actually able to fill in his coat. So some filling in was very easy. So that's him right there. And actually his coat is supposed to be outlined in white, but I had off-white from the last Santa I did. So I was just like, you know what, we're just going to stick with what I have in my bag. So I'll probably do that for most of the Santas. Just kind of make them, even though they're not going to be on the same fabric, just kind of make them consistent. So that's him. So that is my Prairie Schooler Santa. I'm a little behind. I was going to try to do one a month. I'm on number 2. We're in April. But, you know, I'm happy with it. I'm happy. At least I'm getting them done, you know. Anyway, so Whip Go number 2 for April. Like I said, Ironwork Gate was called again. This is actually When I got back into cross stitch in 2018, I went to my local creative reuse store and I found this pattern. Like I said, I am from Louisiana. I am from what is referred to as Cajun country. And so I decided to stitch this, and I went out and I bought a 14 count oatmeal Aida. And most of the call for DMC I had in my stash. And that's what I did. And I started stitching on it. And then pandemic came out and some other things came out. And I just put it aside. And I think I actually started this in 2019. And so this is what I've done so far. It doesn't look, y'all, I mean, look, it doesn't look like it at all. The colors are all different. But I'm okay with it. I'm going to finish it. I've actually thought about leaving out the flower and leaving out the crawfish pot, and just leaving the scene. Let me know what y'all think. I really think the scene, and maybe even leaving out the duck flying and just leaving the trees and the house. If I finish these trees and this house and do the moss and the boat, the pirogue, I think I'll be happy. Maybe the cattails. I really think I'll be happy. Instead of doing the crawfish pot. The crawfish pot's kind of out of the way. And as much as I like the azalea, I don't think I'm going to put it. So I think this is going to be another piece that I'm going to adapt. And I only have it, I think, to be called once or twice on WhipGo. So I really think that's what I'm going to do. I've already worked on it 2 days this month. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So this is a Acadiana. This is by Pam Mullins from 1983. And she was actually from Monroe, which isn't Cajun country. But anyway, that's North Louisiana. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to adapt it and just leave it swampy. As much as I love my ball crawfish, I think I'm going to leave it. Okay, so that is Acadiana. That was my second WhipGo piece for this month. So far I've kept up. Of course, I haven't made myself huge goals for WhipGo. My goals for WhipGo have basically, you know, been easy to meet. And I like to stitch on a piece for at least 2 days to feel like I've gotten something done. Some of those days, the day is just like I stitch, you know, maybe an hour. And then some days, like yesterday, I stitched probably 4 hours. It was Monday. I sat down. I caught up with Mama Loves GB and City Stitcher and some other people. I can't remember. Caught up with some people. So anyway, so that's kind of, you know, 4 days is not bad. I can do that. 4 days a month. 2 days at a time. All right. Next thing I stitched on was Narnia. I don't have the finished page. All the clues have been released. The Narnia Sal. This is no longer available. It is now closed. If you didn't get a chance to join, it was with the Stitching Book Club. She had a limited number of releases. This is done on, and this is it right here. So I started on a tree. Like I said, I put 2 days at a time on everything. And this is it right here. I'm hoping to finish in April, maybe May. I really want it finished by the summer so I can hang it up. But I have a goal this summer to hang a bunch of projects up. My husband will be home. Unless he teaches summer school, then he won't be home in June. But anyway, so this is Narnia. Still loving the colors. This really is just so pretty. The way this came together. It was fun to stitch too. So there it is. This is by the Stitching Book Club. It is done on 14 count Opal Aida with the call for DMCs. house getting high. Okay, and then my EMABC's out. I'm kind of glad it's almost over. I've been losing motivation. I will finish. I am on the letter S. We do have, what's the date again today? I said it earlier. Today's the 12th. I got 3 days to finish it before I have to start another one. This is the letter S. It stands for sheep. I am doing it in 28 count even weave that I hand dyed using Rit dye. It is using thrift store floss. I'm using a purple, a green, a gold, and white for the sheep, and then like a tan for its legs and whatnot. This is all I've gotten done. This needs to be picked up today. This needs to be done. I need to get this done. And it's Tuesday, so tonight's Bible study, so I'm not going to get that done. But anyway, I need to finish this puppy. And then I need to get the fabric dyed for the next one. But so we have S left, and then T, U, V, W, and then X, Y, and Z are all one. I got 5 left. So Shelly's doing this with me. This is by Erica Michaels. It is a free pattern on the Rainbow Gallery's website if you're new here. And it is a little lesson in specialty stitches. Basically, each letter has a specialty stitch. So this is S for sheep, and I can't remember the specialty stitch, and I don't have the paper with me. I didn't bring it with me. I can never remember the specialty stitch. So I'm going to be perfectly honest about these. Okay, I like stitching on even weave. I really do. I like certain even weaves. I like Monaco. I am not fond of the dark colors. So like the gray that I'm using is not too bad. The brown is, the chocolate brown for that I'm about to show you is hard. Black, just don't even get me started. I'm still, you know, when I stitched back in the day when I was younger, it was hard. It was easier. I'm sorry. It was a lot easier. I'm finding I'm doing better on even weaves if it's something like Ironwork Gate, because it's more of a full coverage-esque piece. But if it's something like a sampler where I'm moving around a lot, I have a hard time. I can't seem to get it done. So I am probably going to do more Ada things, but I do like the look of even weave. So I don't know. I go back and forth, y'all. Every time I do these videos, you're probably like, Rachel, you said something totally different last video. I know, because I can't make a decision. I guess it really depends. I know it's City Stitcher that says color trumps fabric. And a lot of times that's it for me. If I find the right color, I will use that and just suffer through whatever it is. Like that crunchy pink from my mom's sampler. I hated that fabric, but it was the perfect color for her sampler. So anyway, point being, the sampler of stitches, not sampler of stitches, that's what City Stitchers do. The Erica Michaels ABC sampler book is almost done. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I do have the Jeanette Douglas learning stitches kit, except for the fabric. I might actually do that. I have the fabric. No, don't have the fabric. I have the threads. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, last thing I worked on. Hold on. Okay, never mind. I was going to show y'all something, but I forgot my iPad, and it is all the way in my room. And I'm going to wake up the dog if I go in the living room, and I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to wake up the dog. He can hear me, but if I go in there, it's going to be like, pff. Anyway. Okay, so let me fix myself again. Y'all, when you get old, okay, let me ask y'all something. I will be, at the end of May, I will be 53. Like when you move, do you like hear your spine crack as you move? Because Every time I move, I hear my spine, like hear it like inside, like not with my ears, like it's annoying. I mean, I asked my husband, do you hear that? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, I hear it like inside my ears. You know what I'm saying? I can hear my spine just, anyway, it's annoying. I don't know if it's just since the wreck or what, but it is annoying. Anyway, I am working on my family heritage piece. This is the Thibodeau Picard pew. That's what Stitch and Mommy charted this for me. This is based on a pew in a Catholic church that my grandparents had done. I don't know why. I guess it was a fundraiser. I'm not sure. The picture I wanted to show you was the church actually this morning posted a picture of the altar. And you can see all the pews, and all the pews are decorated, all the family pews. It's really pretty. Maybe I might put it at the end of the video, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is our family pew. This is my mom's family. Her dad was a Thibodeau. Her mom was a Picard. He was in the electronics business. And so I had Stitch and Mommy chart this for me, and I am almost done. I worked on this for about 4 hours yesterday, off and on. It was a very quiet day for me. It was kind of a overcast day. The dog was quiet. So this is it. So I have been working on the coat of arms right here. I have been working on, there used to be a very distinguishable half right here. And so I decided to finish this half. You can see all the vines that I worked on. I just need to fill in. And then when I was filling in, I knew I had the bottom part, and I kept saying the bottom half. Y'all, I looked at it. It's like 25 lines. It's hardly anything. And so I kind of went down and went in and went down to the bottom and did that. So all I have left is the lion on this side and the bottom part. So I am almost finished. I am so excited. This is just, oh, look how pretty. I'm thrilled with this. I'm so excited with this. So anyway, that is my family piece. My first family piece I made. I will be doing, this is my first commission piece, and I'm really thrilled with it. Stitch and Mommy did a great job charting it for me. It's wonderful. I'm so thrilled with it, and I'm so excited that it's almost done. So anyway, and so then when it's done, I'll start my piece that I picked for my dad's parents, and then I also want to start a sampler for my mom's mom, and get that done. So anyway, plans. Well, I'll work on one of my whip go pieces, which is ironwork gate and a Kitty Anna. And like I said, I think I'm gonna chop a Kitty Anna and not do some parts of it. Just keep it a little bit simple. And I don't think it'll get done this month, but hopefully, I do think I have it another time on the chart. I think I put it twice. Hopefully I will get it done this year. I do have something planned for my birthday, and I know my birthday's in May. It's the end of May, and I know that, you know, a lot of people do Mania, Sania, whatever they call it for May, and I decided I am going to do, my birthday's May 30th, so it's almost the last day of May, and I decided I am going to do one new start every day. But before you think I'm crazy, I am going to do these right here. So these are going to be my new starts every day. Now this was one of the prizes that I got in the Winter Cross Stitch Camp. And this is the Jeanette Douglas Christmas Ornaments 3. This is the only one of her Christmas Ornaments books that I have. I thought about ordering the next one, but what I did was, okay, so my birthday's on the 30th. There are 20 patterns, but this one right here has 3. So there are 22 ornaments in this book. I found 2 of hers on the Readly app in some of the cross stitch magazines, the ornament magazines. So there are 2 more, so that would be 25. And then I found a couple of other small ones by Prairie Schooler and a couple of other people that I'd like to stitch up. So my goal is to start 30 Christmas ornaments in the month of May. Now these are small. In fact, Jeanette says, Jeanette, it's not going to happen. I don't know if you watch me or not. She suggests that you do 28 count linen over 1. No. Now I am doing 28 count over 1 for my full coverage. But she is doing that, and she says some of the designs will come out to be 2 by 2 inches, which is not a bad size. I mean, that's actually a decent sized little ornament. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let the size of the finished ornament determine what I do, because some of these are kind of bigger than the others, and so if it's gonna turn out to be like a 5 by 5 ornament, I might do it over 1. I'll see. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 1 a day. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna get together my fabric and my flosses, and most of Jeanette's are pretty much one color. Some of them aren't, like her trees and whatnot, but I'm gonna do these. So if you want to join me, this is what I'm doing for my birthday month, May. I am doing Christmas ornaments. So if you want to do these or any little Christmas ornaments, that is going to be my May plans, is to do one Christmas ornament a day for the month of May. And I will do one on my birthday, and I will do one on the 31st. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have 35 ornaments, including my Prairie Schooler Santas, and hopefully the stockings, if I ever get those done. Anyway, so this is what I'm hoping for. So this is what I'm going to be doing for my birthday in the month of May. If you want to join me, I will think of a hashtag and let you guys know about that. But this is what I'll be doing if you want to join me, using just any of the Jeanette Douglas books. Like I said, I'd like to get her other ones. Maybe I'll continue this tradition on for the next couple of years if I can get the others. But this is what I'm doing for my birthday. So that is my plans, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else exciting going on. My husband is off Friday and all of next week, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing as for videos next week. Hopefully I can make one. He always seems to make plans. You know, we kind of lose track of what the days are, and the next thing I know, he wakes up and he's like, let's go do something, and I'm like, it's Tuesday. So I don't know. We'll see how our week goes. But anyway, but I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. I think all the kids are coming over. I haven't heard from my daughter, but usually I'll hear from her the day before, and she's like, yeah, I'm coming. Anyway, she's not a very good communicator, but they're coming over. Our middle son's been out of town for the past, it'll be 2 weeks when he comes back, and so everybody's coming over, and we're gonna grill some burgers and just spend some time with our kids and enjoy celebrating the resurrection of our Savior. So I will see you guys next week, maybe, Lord willing. And I hope you have a wonderful Easter, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.